handling of stone, it's quite different from handling bricks. Bricks which are regular. In stone, the stone that comes out of the quarry is irregular. Because how do you make that look regular and beautiful and be able to stand up for 5,000 years?
Beyond Graffiti, it'll give me like a broader prospect of brickwork and bricklaying.
From the word go, when we got out there doing the dry stone walling, finding about the history, the milestones, there were genuine interest and enthusiasm shown, which, you know, it were evident in the feedback that we were giving.
Like, we're just doing bricklaying every day, but it's different to what we're doing at normal college.
The project is such a good idea. It's fantastic. Basically, we're offering young people to try a skill that they've never tried before, stone carving, and it's an ancient skill.
Well, I've been a member of the Milestone Society since it started back in 2000, and so I managed to get some funding out of Heritage Lottery and other people to set up a project. And when I was thinking of setting it up, I came along to Kirklees College, head of construction department, and said, "What do you think?" And he said, "Go for it, we'll support you all the way." So we applied for the funding and we got it.
We're also teaching them new skills that maybe they wouldn't get ordinarily. And also getting them to look at stone, how you work stone, and conservation, you know, conservation of buildings, conservation of things like milestones. We've offered this project to building students in particular because they get to work with a traditional building material. So what we're producing are wayfinders that will be there practically forever, and people will recognise them, see the route. The people who've taken part will be able to say, look, to the grandchildren, you know, look what I did. I took part in this project, and it was really fulfilling and it made a difference. Some of these wayfinders will be put on new routes as part of, say, Dewsbury Country Park, all sorts of different routes, you know, pathways around the area, and it's all to do with improving the area and getting people involved.
I think it's a really enjoyable project. Some of the young people are coming on absolutely beautifully. They're kind of getting it. Some are struggling a little bit with what they're getting, and it's kind of coming on slowly, but some of them are getting it just perfectly, and their hand-to-eye coordination is absolutely superb.
I'm a professional dry stone waller, and that means that I can be doing anything from a field wall in the middle of the Dales, miles away from anywhere, or I can be doing a wall, a boundary wall in suburbia, or I can be doing an exhibition wall at Chelsea Flower Show. With dry stone walling, there's no mortar, so it's another world, but the principles of getting things straight and in line and crossing joints and so forth are the same. So from their point of view, it's an introduction to another, if you like, another element of the craft of building. There's a different spirit about it, and I don't think it ever ought to be lost. And the craft that goes with it, that enables that to happen, is something which has to be preserved.
I come from a fine art background, so I went to art college, and I was kind of working with clay, and one of the tutors noticed the way I was working, and he said, "Why don't you try stone carving?" And I just took to it like a duck to water. I found the perfect material for me.
If we open this opportunity up to younger people, then it might interest them and, you know, encourage them to go down a construction path.
It's quite important that they do pick up these skills, because it's a dying art, if you like. It's not just a trade anymore, it's a bit of an art form. And this area cries out for it. We've got farms with dilapidated stone walls around, and this skill just isn't taught in colleges anymore. So opportunity to expose young people to it and give them opportunity to have a go at it just might encourage them to take it up a little bit further, and then they can again put something back into the local community, repairing stone walls. There's a lot of projects happening on a weekend, community projects that they can all have the confidence of getting involved in now. It's not just, you know, about building. It's not just about stone carving. You know, it's about researching why these things are there. You know, for any job, if you know that researching skill to find out a little bit more about the history of where you're going to work from can often mean the difference in, you know, getting a job or not getting a job.
I think it's important for young people to get involved in a project like Beyond Graffiti because they learn something about their environment as well as giving them employment opportunities.
There's different careers out there, and it isn't just a building course. It just gives them a break and an opportunity to see other people working and new skills being introduced into the project.
It'll help me to get a job in the future.
Beyond Graffiti will help me in the future to put on my CV for jobs.
It's broadening a CV really and all. It's just good to get a chance to do something different at college.
I've done stonemasonry, I've done dry stone walling, so that opens up my construction sort of ability.
It's been in the ground for millennia, you know, and every piece of stone has its own individual characteristics, so it has all that history and all that richness. They get to work with people who are a bit off the beaten track, you know, and so it gets you to think creatively about what you can do in life, you know, how you can use your skills, maybe in all sorts of different ways.
Well, we've only got the funding until the summer this year for Beyond Graffiti, but we're leaving some tools with Kirklees College's construction department, so we're hoping that the tutors here, such as Jason Chapman, will go on and help his students in future to learn about stone carving.
Showing them different things, you know, different ways of doing things, and different people, different personalities. You know, some people could absolutely want to do this from day one. You know, people might have been looking for this. You know, it might not be for any of them, but some of them might just sort of get it and think, yeah, that's what I want to do. You know, that would be pretty cool.
I think getting young people involved in the project helps them appreciate their surroundings, helps them appreciate their history, and also they'll look at the things that we've made and look at other old milestones maybe and think, well, I know what it took to produce something like that because I've had a go at it myself.
Take that and then just put it down. Yeah, dig down through.